Here we go, guys. We are with. Introduce yourself, bro.
My name's Matt. I'm from Suffolk.
Matt from Suffolk. Matt from fucking Suffolk. They're the rivals where I live right now, Norfolk.
We are. Well, Suffolk's better than Norfolk, isn't it? We're not inbred, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I think the same about Wolverhampton people, so it's okay. Bro, I have just shown you what I've been convicted for. What's your thoughts on all that?
I think it's disgusting. I mean, you were exposing the truth and you've been condemned for it, but I mean, that's unsurprising in this like current climate. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's going to prison for exposing the truth. I mean, Tommy Robinson, he got charged for it. Everyone's getting charged for
Are you
it.
a Tommy Robinson fan?
Of course I am.
Why he supports
Israel, yeah, I know, but he was right about Islam. He was right about the gangs in Rochdale, Telford. He was right about
I actually didn't even know this. He was supporting Tommy. I actually was a Tommy Robinson supporter.
Yeah, I tried to invite him into the University at Hull, and this is a true story. I tried to invite him to the University at Hull, and they kicked me out. They didn't kick me out of the university, but I got kicked out of the Politics Society. I was the vice president of the Politics Society, and I got kicked out because I tried to invite him to speak on campus.
Really?
And they argued it was a security issue, they couldn't afford the security, but it was more serious than that. Because they had Lord of Donuts there, they had loads of famous MPs, David Davis, Jacob Rees-Mogg was there, Chuck O'Meara.
Really?
This was just after the referendum, so these were high profile. Even, what was her name? I forgot her name. The Tory MP.
Anne-Marie Waters?
No. She was the one who was like, I'm anti-Brexit from the start, and she got and she quit the party. But she was going to come on with Chuck O'Meara and speak, but Chuck O'Meara came to Hull. Hey, long story short, I got
No way. Okay, all right. Well, no, but okay. Obviously, you've just praised Tommy Robinson. My audience is not going to appreciate that. Thoughts on Israel?
Well, I don't support Israel.
What do you think of Israel?
Well,
do you not think they push?
Look, my great granddad was in Egypt when the King David bombing happened, so I know enough about Israel to condemn them, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that, sure, I'm very drunk, so I apologise.
It's okay.
I know about the King David bombing. I mean, everyone talks about the USS Liberty. If you're British, you shouldn't talk about the USS Liberty. You should talk about the King David bombing. That is all you need to know about Israel on that issue. Israel will advance their own interests. What I'm sick and tired of hearing is the Jews will stand up for themselves. I don't blame the Jews for doing what they do. They are their religion and their ethnicity first. They hate
our people though.
But that's what they're about. So we need to put ourselves first. We need to put the United Kingdom, British people first. We don't do that, and we get kicked in the teeth for it. The Jews, they put themselves first and they make no apology for it. As a matter of fact, if you even try and criticise them, you get completely cancelled and screwed over for it.
Mate,
so people have to stand up for themselves in this country. This is what I'm saying. And
but how can we
need to stop saying stuff like Judeo-Christian values. We've got to start saying Christian values. We've got to start saying British values, Christian values, Anglo-Saxon values. Because we're not Normans, we're Anglo-Saxons. That's what we are in our heart, in our core. I'm from Suffolk. I grew up 10 miles away from Sutton Hoo. That's where the fucking Saxon burial mound is. So I'm from that part of the country, right? My mother, she's Northern, she's from Hartlepool. Hartlepool's known for hanging monkeys during the Napoleonic Wars. But my father is Suffolk born and bred. I'm Suffolk born and bred. I'm proud to be from Suffolk. And that's where the Saxons came first, man. East Angles, that's where they came. And we've got to defend that. If we don't defend that, we're gonna get pushed over and kicked in the head. And that's what's been happening for the past 60 years. Ever since we started letting people in since the post-war, to try and meet our demands, as they say, to meet supply issues since the post-war in the nursing and NHS. Because everyone forgets, Enoch Powell was the person who started allowing people to come here from the 1940s. People don't know that, right? Enoch Powell had the brawn and the brains to admit that he was wrong about his decision and to come out and speak against it, and people still ignored him for it. Yet Enoch Powell was one of the most intellectual people in British history. He spoke Urdu fluently. He once went to a Cambridge exam. I forgot if it was in Greek philosophy. Somebody in the comments will know, I'm sure. And he completed it in the quickest time ever done in Cambridge. And I believe it was a private at the start of the war, rose up very high in the ranks.
Crack on, mate.
He's a genius. He's an absolute genius. And we need to listen to this guy more,
He warned about the black man would have
but Enoch was wrong because the black man didn't have the whip.
They do now.
The elites have the whip.
Yeah.
And what they do is they try and balkanise us because it's easy to control us. Black people don't control Britain, okay?
No, of course not.
Muslims don't control Britain. The elites control Britain by dividing us up, bringing us into smaller groups, and it's easy to control them.
Who controls Britain?
They love minorities because minorities are easy to control. You just have to say, make up
but also the white working class, the most punished people.
Of course they are. this is common sense, though. Like we're talking. Oh, sorry,
in our own nation.
I know, because obviously, like when you read the press, you know, it doesn't feel that way. But of course we are. The white working class boy is the most discriminated person in education.
Yeah, of course it is.
There are more women in university than there are men. Now, don't get me wrong. I think university is overrated. I think university, as a matter of fact, is actually a waste of money, waste of public resources.
I agree.
I think more people should get in trades.
Trades, yeah.
My dad's a plumber.
Bro,
he earns excellent money.
I'm a welder, bro. I'm a welder, and I literally posted the other day. It's like just fucking focus on not just welding. Yeah, I actually think welding is one of the worst out of the old trades. No disrespect to myself. No, money-wise, yeah. Bricklaying, plumbing, electricians probably could earn a lot more than what I do.
They earn a lot of money. I don't know what you earn.
Yeah. So I still earn a good. Oh man.
I've got a friend, right? He got a D, 3 or 4 Ds at GCSE. So the only course he could take at college was bricklaying.
Yeah.
He worked in Edinburgh before the pandemic. I haven't spoken to him for 3 years, but he worked in the pandemic, just before the pandemic in Edinburgh. In Edinburgh, not London, not Cambridge, not any of these wealthy suburbs in the UK. He worked in Edinburgh. He was on £300 a day as a bricklayer. Trainee bricklayer, just finished.
Trainee back. Yeah.
And he's what, 21, 22?
I think bricklayers earn the most.
And deservedly so, because it shouldn't be about, you know, whether you're intellectual or this bullshit. It's about your skills.
What about sports, though, bro? What do you think? Obviously, like, I'm a bit of a football fan, obviously.
I'm a Town fan, though.
But obviously, the elites have taken control of that sports. They're pushing absolute fucking nonsense.
Left-wing nonsense.
Into the sport. But also, like, darts, man. Like, Luke Littler. Do you know Luke Littler?
I don't know about his politics.
No, I know about the politics. Forget about the politics. He's a 16-year-old chubby little lad come out of school learning.
I kind of respect that, though.
Do you know that sport is the last of the working class.
It is, because you go to a darts event. It's a great atmosphere. Everyone's dressed up. You go to a nightclub, everyone's, you know, you've got a group of people that don't take it seriously on a stage, you know, it's like when you go on the Otley Road run, you've got a group of people who don't take themselves too seriously, they're wearing like, you know, and then you've got other people who take themselves seriously, they're wearing fake expensive clothes. You go to a darts event, everyone's in fancy dress, everyone's having a good time. Absolutely, it's old England, it's proper England, that's what England's about. And it's everyone's just having a good laugh. And that's why I love darts. And I kind of worry actually that if darts becomes an Arab thing, or if the Arabs buy it out, it'll become more commercial, more that's how they start, child friendly. It will go down. I don't think darts will go there anytime soon. I think darts is still.
It will get bought out, but I mean, to be fair, I actually don't mind the Saudi Arabia buying everything apart. Well, no, I do, but the boxing, because I think they're putting their life on the line. So I think, like, if you're in a boxing ring putting your life on the line, then you should really be warranting the most cash in it. So.
Yeah, I don't blame boxers who go to Saudi Arabia. If I was Tyson Fury,
footballers,
I would go to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. You're putting your life on the line, so I don't mind Saudi Arabia.
And boxers do get, you know, I mean, Muhammad Ali, for example. I mean, I've always made this argument. This is a very extreme argument, but I've always argued that Muhammad Ali, for example, so, you know, he had Parkinson's, so it's a result of boxing. I would argue that actually, and this is controversial and probably unproven, that Parkinson's is what allowed Muhammad Ali to be so good.
Really?
Because I reckon there was a delay in his nerves that allowed him to take those punches to the chin from like George Foreman. Only Shavers had like the greatest punch of all time. You speak to most boxing fans, they'll tell you only Shavers had the hardest punch of any boxer. You might find someone who's just Wilder. But if you talk to actual boxing fans about heavyweight boxing, the hardest punch of all time, all of them will say only Shavers. Yeah. Even Muhammad Ali says only Shavers was the hardest puncher. But he took them like a boss.
I do think
only Chuck Wepner and Joe Frazier knocked him down on the ground. And it might be somebody else knocked him down on the ground.
I do think
Henry Cooper as well.
I do think Deontay Wilder is the hardest puncher ever. However, no boxing technically or whatsoever.
I mean, certainly this generation, yeah. I mean, but have you watched an Ernie Shavers fight? Have you watched him fight Larry Holmes? And he knocks Larry Holmes down. And Larry Holmes, this is why, in my opinion, this is going off topic, I apologise, mate.
Of course.
I think Larry Holmes is the best heavyweight boxer of all time. There was a fight they had against Ernie Shavers. Ernie Shavers catches him perfectly on the chin. And you can hear the smack. It's so loud. Yeah. And obviously, like, the speakers are far away from the ring, and you can hear the sound of his fist catching his chin, and he gets straight up from it. That, in my opinion, is the greatest resilience ever shown in boxing.
Do you think Fury, who wins?
I don't like to comment because Usyk's a great boxer.
He's a fantastic.
In my opinion, he's the best pure boxer on the planet.
I agree, yeah.
But Fury is very big and he
size-wise,
can box.
Yeah.
He can box. And if you watch him against Klitschko, that is the most boring fight, but also a mastery in boxing. That's a mastery in boxing.
I agree with that. People might say, like, it's such a boring fight, it's such a blah, blah, blah fight. But it's a boxing masterclass what he done.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, what I mean? It's not just about knocking people out. It's about winning the fight, and he's done everything he can that fight to win the fight. As well with Wilder, in all 3 fights, he found a way to win every one of them. Obviously, got a draw with one of them, which is a load of bollocks.
The first
I think he'll beat Usyk on points.
I'll be honest.
Find a way.
When Fury first wanted his comeback and he fought that Turkish guy, I thought, this is a guy in decline trying to make money. Then I watched the first fight between him and Wilder, and this is him at his worst, and he beat Wilder. Let's be frank, in the first one he beat Wilder.
Fury doesn't turn up when it's people that you expect him to turn over. Like Ngannou, he turned up.
But Fury's a very intelligent person.
But that's what I'm saying. When he turns up against Usyk, you'll see a different animal. You will see a fully focused Fury that will box his mind. He'll lean on Usyk. He'll know what to do.
When it's a serious fight, he takes it. I think actually, and this is probably a conspiracy, I think he deliberately was weaker against Ngannou as a mind game against Usyk, and even Usyk thought so at the end of the fight. Usyk said mind games.
Maybe.
So I think he was deliberately trying to look weak in front of Usyk.
Maybe. Obviously, he'll get.
And if Joshua knocks Ngannou out, which I think he will, that will prove that. That will prove that argument 100%.
It should. Yeah, it should. All right, we're gonna go and enjoy the rest of our night, guys.
Thank you, guys.
This is massive. Honestly, I everywhere I go in Eastern Europe, I don't meet an English guy, thankfully. But
mate, it's nice to meet a fellow Angler. That's all I'm saying. I'm very drunk. I apologise to my
I've met an English guy tonight that is absolutely based. That knows the score. That knows the score. No, you do, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Congratulations, bro.
Oh, God, you take care.
All right, guys. We'll see you soon. Peace out.
Take care.